What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today we are talking about a brand new perk that was introduced inside of Season of the Deep, and it is available on all of the Season of the Deep weapons, and it has taken the Crucible by storm, in particular one particular hand cannon called Targeted Redaction. Now, before we begin, if you are new here and you enjoy this content, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to my channel. It is a free way to support me, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, of course, like past seasons, all of the Season of the Deep weapons are craftable, so you can get enhanced traits, which just further increases the potency of these perks. Now, this is not a general weapon review. We are just specifically going over collective action just because of how good it is inside of the Crucible, especially with targeted redaction. And no, I don't have the perfect roll that's in the background, but I wanted to get this video out, so I am playing with this collective action role. Now, it is a very strong perk inside of PvP, mainly because it allows a easy damage bonus. You do not have to get any kills or anything to be awarded this actual damage bonus, and it will allow you to go on streaks. Now, I'm not the best person with hand cannons, in particular 120s. I do like 120s, but it just depends on the feel of it, and I feel like I'm kind of losing some of my consistency by using collective action, but I digress. I wanted to take the roll for a spin because of the abilities that it has. But before we can actually talk about collective action and get into details as far as like how much damage it increases and the PVE outputs as well as the PvP outputs, we need to know exactly what it does. And like I stated before, this perk was added this season, and collective action basically states collecting elemental pickups or throwing a strand tangle grants a stacking period of increased damage. Elemental pickups include fire sprites, void breaches, stasis shards, ionic traces, and strand tangles. Now, normally what comes to mind is stasis shards, and the Titan has the ability to create stasis shards immediately. And that's pretty much what's making them so powerful inside of PvP here recently, well, the last week or so. Once you get this hand cannon, since it's a 120, you are able to 2-tap, and that does give you a 0.5 second time to kill. So you're just 2-tapping everybody. Now, the Titan has a aspect for stasis called Tectonic Harvest, and pretty much upon busting any crystals, you get stasis shards, and when you pick up those stasis shards, they count as elemental pickups for collective action, and it is a long damage buff. If you collect, I believe, 3 or more, you will get a 12-second damage buff. So there's different ways that you can actually get these stasis shards. You can run Armentarium. This will allow you to have 2 glacial grenades, and you get them back pretty quickly, especially since you have a 12-second damage buff. All I was doing was popping my glacial grenades, and then I was just using cryoclasm to slide through them. It creates the stasis shards, and then I'm able to get collective action to proc. Now, once you acquire collective action, you will get a 20% damage buff. And as you can see in the background gameplay, I was hitting for 7,641 with the buff. And then after collective action runs out, I was hitting 6,367. So it is a 20% buff, and it's not bad. And I did want to compare it with other subclasses. Now, the main reason why this is not that great inside of PvE is just because there are so many other better options. I mean, at this point, you might as well use Lucky Pants with the Hunter and just slay out with the hand cannon. Hand cannons aren't really popular in PvE right now just because of where they sit, and you know, collective action is nice to have considering the hand cannon, but this is not a hand cannon video. We are just talking about collective action as a whole. Now, you do get that damage bonus with the shotgun, the sniper rifle, as well as the pulse rifle, so there are some plays to be made here, and we will have some builds out and some specific weapon reviews to actually target those specific builds. The main reason why I wanted to put this video out is to show how important this perk really is inside of PvP. I know I stated you can use Armentarium to get the 2 glacial grenades, but the best way to proc this damage buff is actually to use your Titan and then just use Horror Frost, because all you have to do is just pop your barricade, you'll spawn your stasis crystals, you'll bust those crystals, you'll collect the stasis shards, and then you have a ongoing damage buff for 12 seconds. It is very nice to have, and this is very beneficial inside of comp trials, anything, just because it's a free 20% damage bonus. And like I said, with the 120s, you will get a 0.5 TTK. So, I mean, I'm not really expecting it to be nerfed in the future just because it's not the end all be all, so to speak. There are ways to counter it. I'm just going to put it like that. But it is a nice perk to have. I mean, you just get free damage bonus. With all of that being said, I'm kind of speculating here. Call of Duty has a high TTK value, so a lot of their weapons just pretty much nuke everything in existence. They just destroy rapidly. And I feel like Destiny is kind of heading in towards that direction just because of the perks that we have. Like with this specific perk, you don't have to do anything. You do get a damage bonus. We have all these damage bonus perks. But then we also have perks that make our weapons more consistent. It's pretty much a balancing act between the user. What would you prefer to have? Would you rather have something more consistent, or would you have something that's faster in the TTK realm? I think collective action was put here on purpose. I believe that damage buff was put here because they wanted it to be. And with the Titans just uniquely being able to create stasis shards on command constantly, I think it was intentional. You know, Bungie said they wanted to have a lot of perks just shine for certain seasons, and you know, maybe it'll get nerfed in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. It's by no means game breaking, but it is the fun to play with, especially since, like I said, you don't have to get a kill to actually proc it. Now there are other ways to proc collective action. You can get fire sprites, strand tangles, void breaches, ionic traces, but those are not anywhere near as consistent compared to stasis shards. Now, as far as PVE goes, like I said, collective action really isn't there for me. It just does not perform as well as it needs to be. Now, the shotgun and the sniper rifle are a different story, and I will have build videos coming out with those later on in the season. It just depends when I unlock the actual crafted version for it. But if you're looking to 2-tap inside of the Crucible, definitely get yourself a targeted redaction roll with collective action, and then just go in there with your Stasis Titan and 2-tap. That's going to do it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing to my channel if you are new here. I greatly appreciate it. And how about you guys leave me a comment down below on what you think of Destiny possibly increasing the TTK overall. With collective action being added, you're getting that 0.5 time to kill. We do have Randy's throwing knife. It's competing at that 0.69 time to kill with the box breathing roll. Check that video out, by the way, if you haven't already. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.